It is considered the first political test of the Trump administration, and the president has spared no effort to win. Also with us, Calvin Dark is a political commentator and president of the CD Global Strategies Group.
The consequences of any of us staying home really are more dangerous.
Do you agree with that, and if so, why?
Well, that was 2008 Obama. It was really good to see him back again. People feel very strongly about what we've seen over the last almost 2 years. And even though President Trump isn't on the ballot, this is probably the most effective way that people who don't agree with what's going on can voice that opinion.
The Democrats take over the House of Representatives. One changes in the United States?
I think one of the things we can almost be guaranteed is that Congress will finally take up its oversight role.
One would imagine that the president would be talking about his wonderful economic numbers every day, talking this up, as you point out. It lifts everybody. If he's talking about immigration...
Yes, you're asking why is he talking about that and not economics. Yeah. You can't yell lock her up if you're talking about economics. Yeah. One thing President Trump does know how to do really well is he knows how to strike a nerve with people that like him, people that don't. And I think he's made the strategic choice that if he talked about his record with the economy, which is enviable for anybody of any party in a midterm election, people will say, yeah, they're happy, but that doesn't get people out to vote.
A vote for Democrats is a vote to liquidate America's borders, and it's a vote to let meth, fentanyl, heroin, and other deadly drugs pour across our borders.
What do you make of that?
Well, if I follow his logic, Democrats are responsible for the opioid epidemic. But once again, I think that he's trying to paint a black and white issue that he knows will energize his base.
Calvin, here's what we know so far. As Rafael pointed out a moment ago, the number of voters, or early voters, I should say, it's much more than the midterms in 2014 and as high as the presidential election in 2016. So what does that tell you?
Well, it says that there's a lot of enthusiasm just in general. But what I also think is important is, while we've talked a lot about President Trump and Congress, there are a couple of other races in this country that are really mobilizing young people, particular minorities. The governorships in Florida and in Georgia, and to some extent in Texas.
Okay, we've got a few seconds left. I want to go very quickly around the table on your best guess for the outcome next Tuesday.
I think Democrats take the House. I think Republicans will keep the Senate. But I think we will see a huge shift in the state races that will influence 2020, as in who's going to be running.